Hello. So, it is time for UBL Season 12, Week 2. We had a rough start last week, and boy does it not get any easier for us, because now we've got Rat. The largest of rats, with a really fat team, consisting of Archaludon, Sinscha, Hariyama, Reuniclus, Comfey, Pachirisu, Crocolaw, Galarian Moltres, Ambipom, Pelipper, and Fletchling. So, this team is super duper ultra fat, and as such, I kind of have to be really careful with it, because something I learned last week when building my teams, my team can kind of struggle in the damage department at times, so making sure that I don't let anything get set up, and making sure that I've got answers to things, it's kind of a bit tricky. It makes building very different, so, you know, Archaludon is a super scary Pokemon. If you're not ready for it, you will lose. Sinscha keeps the whole team alive, but also has good supporting Rage Powder, Will-O-Wisp, Trick Room, Strength Sap, all that good stuff. Hariyama, I won last season with. That mod is amazing. It does not need to do Guts Flame Orb to be good. It is a very good Pokemon, even without that. Reuniclus is their most... It's their offensive Trick Room setter, but both Sinscha and Reuniclus can set Trick Room very reliably. I guess Comfey it can as well, but if Comfey comes out, I'm expecting it to do more supporting things like rocking a weakness policy on a Moltres. But yeah, Reuniclus can do a lot of damage. Gotta make sure that I don't want speed control to be lost here, and I'll explain a little bit more about that in a sec. Pachirisu's their other form of redirection. They've got double redirection. Crocolaw is just kind of a funky little guy. He does have Unaware, which does matter for some Pokemon. I was told after the match last week, Haze was brought because my team actually looks like it's got a lot of setup potential. So it's just really nice to have Haze somewhere, and so Crocolaw might make an appearance for that reason. Gotta be careful on Moltres just in case it is gonna start doing weakness policy shenanigans, or it's just gonna do good stuff. Like, it's probably, like, the only way it's really gonna be doing lots is with weakness policy. Maybe it sets Tailwind, but if they're gonna do that, I expect them to do that with Pelipper. Ambipom is not great into my team. No Fake Out really is, because I have, like, half my team is immune to Fake Out. I've got 4 Inner Focus Pokemon and a Ghost type. Half my team is immune to it. So, yeah. Ambipom I wouldn't really expect because the Fake Out's not really great. Like, it's fast, but it doesn't really do a lot. Whereas if they bring Hariyama, at least that is bulky and won't die and can Fake Out if it needs to. Pelipper is for the Rain for the Archaludon, mostly. Because if you give Archaludon Rain, then its signature move, Electro Shot, which is basically Electro-type Meteor Beam, so +1 special attack charge turn, and then next turn nuke something with an Electric-type move. But if it's in Rain, then it doesn't charge. So, yeah. As a result of this interaction specifically, I have 2 plans, or 2 Mons designed, one for if they bring Pelipper and one if they don't. So, you'll see what I mean when we get to team building, and then Fletchling is there for priority Tailwind if they want it. I don't think they go for it here. Because, despite what I previously mentioned, I just, like, if they bring Fletchling and be like, I'm going to get priority Tailwind, I'm going to be like, cool, I'm not touching that Fletchling for the entire game. Like, I'm not going to deal with it. I'm just going to target down the partner. I don't care. I'll just play a 2v1 because it's a Fletchling. So. But regardless, I want to avoid letting them get speed control if possible. And so I devised a combination of leads to help deal with it. Because there is, like, potential for some leads to break this, but for the most part, This leak kind of covers most things, so we'll see what happens here. But yeah, I want to deny them speed control. If they want to try and set up Trick Room, I want to be able to stop that. If they want to set up Tailwind, I want to stop that. Because my mons are naturally quite fast. So if I could just naturally have the speed advantage rather than having to rely on speed control, then I don't have to spend time setting up. I can just kind of deal the damage and break before things get out of hand, because a lot of these Pokemon can get out of hand very quickly. I don't want to let them get out of hand. So, that's the philosophy with the team. I've had a bit more time to think about this team than last time, and I didn't really know what I was doing last time. I didn't really feel like I had a great structure. This time I feel like I do. So we're actually starting off with a Pokemon we didn't bring last time at all, and that is Raikou. I've also actually took the time to nickname, and by took the time I mean I took like 5 minutes. So, this Raikou, we have enough speed to outspeed max speed Moltres, and that is the fastest that we're going on any mon, because there are 3 Pokemon that are doing that, and this is the fastest because the other 2 are attack boosting natures, but Raikou's the only one that can actually go fast enough to make sure that it doesn't speed tie with the other 2. So that's why it's got that speed. Yeah, so we're safety goggles. We're safety goggles to ignore Rage Powder on Sinscha, because we can't really take out Sinscha with Raikou, whereas we can take out Pelipper. So if that wants to go for like a Tailwind setup, that's gonna die. And then that leaves Pachirisu, which will be dealt with by the partner Pokemon. And the idea is to roar out the Trick Room setter. So, with Terra Fighting on here as well, that and the special attack investment means we OHKO a max HP AV Archaludon, which is really nice. Roar is just great damage control. They actually have a lot of special attackers that I'm worried about, things like Pelipper, Archaludon, Sinistcha, Reuniclus, Galarian Moltres. So it's just nice to have that as an option. So this is kind of our key piece that we're always leading, and then it's one of 2 Pokemon depending on... Basically, one of them's a Game 1 Mon, and then one's a potential Game 2 Mon. So, yeah. This is kind of our hopeful way to kind of start off strong and then keep up the momentum throughout the game. So, the partner that we're going to be leading it with is our Iron Treads. This Iron Treads is outspeeding max speed Archaludon because I want to make sure that I am booster attack for this. With booster attack and high horsepower, we OHKO Pachirisu. Any Pachirisu that is not specifically Sash or Shuka. And for those 2, we're going to bring a different Pokemon if we find out that is the case. On top of that, we've got Ice Spinner and Knockoff to actually do decent damage to Sinistcha and at least try and force it to Terror. Because, like, booster attack means it's not quite... Like, booster speed is obviously the best, but because it's the most efficient. But booster attack is essentially still a life orb boost, for the cost of nothing, and then I'm also taking less damage from Knockoff. Speaking of which, with Terra Ghost, because if they do want to bring Fake out, then we can make ourselves immune to that if needs be. Obviously Raikou's immune to it because of Inner Focus, but this can be immune to it, and it also makes it immune to close combats coming its way from Hariyama, because that will do a lot of damage. So, but yeah, the Ice Spear and the Knockoff to do good damage and then Protect is just good move. So, no Steel move for Comfey. I don't think I need it. I'm really not that scared of Comfey. The other Pokemon that we have as a potential lead here is Mienshao. We've got an Adamant Sash Mienshao. This isn't one of those Pokemon that I mentioned that because we go Adamant, we can't go any faster. So we still outspeed Max Speed Moltres. Timid Max Speed Moltres hits 156 speed. So Mienshao gets to go a bit faster. And then with Terra Fighting Reckless High Jump Kick with the Adamant Nature, we OHKO Pachirisu. Even because if they're Shuka, then we'll find out. and then we can just go for this instead. But if they're sash, we've got feint. To at least break the sash. Because I imagine that once they see me in shell, they'll go for protect to try and block the fake out, and then, you know, follow me in Trick Room. But if we feint and then we can take it out, then we're looking really good. So knock off just something to hit Sinscha. But otherwise, yeah, like this covers for both sash and shooker potential. It's also just a good mon just to do really good damage with. Like, it's gonna do a ton of damage. So this is a potential lead, but for at least game 1 we're going to be going with treads. Game 2 this might come out. There's potential for maybe it to come out in the back. Speaking of coming out in the back, we've got one Pokemon that's almost certainly going to be brought, and that is our Specs Enamorus. The final of the 3 Pokemon that is kind of around the same speed tier. So from fastest to slowest, we're going Raikou, Enam, Mienshao. The only reason we're doing that is because of the natural speeds, and I want to go modest. Modest specs here with Moonblast, Dazzling Gleam, Mystical Fire, and Earth Power. I was tempted by Healing Wish, but the coverage is too nice, and just honestly being able to click Specs Dazzling Gleams and Moonblasts is so nice. There is a temptation, honestly, to go for Terra Fairy, just because, like, this is trying to just do as much damage as possible. I should just go Terra Fairy. Like, it's outspeeding everything anyway. Like, unless they get Tailwind, which the lead is designed to make sure it doesn't happen. So, yeah. But, yeah, this is just going to do so much damage. It's our best way of just making sure we break them down and don't give them an inch. Because if we give them an inch, they can take a mile, so we're not even going to try to give them the inch. So, that's the idea with Enamorus. Hopefully, be able to just break a lot. Like, continue the pressure after the lead. So, even if something goes down, which I would expect something to go down, we can just continue the offensive pressure before they get chance to get going with, like, any sort of, like, continuous stalling with healing, or setting up with, like, Archaludon, or Reuniclus, or Moltres, or anything like that. We don't want to give them any opportunities to do that, so. The last 2 Pokemon, they are designed to be brought whether, or if one will come if rain does come, and one will come if rain doesn't come. So, the first one, if rain does come, is going to be our Feraligatr. We are Life Orb, Sheer Force Feraligatr. No setup, we're just going Liquidation, Ice Punch, Stomping Tantrum, and Protect with Terra Water. The reason for this is if they do want to bring rain, we are going to try and abuse it. With Jolly Max Speed, we outspeed Pelipper, rest into attack and then a bit of bulk. Kind of split off a bit strangely just because of Life Orb numbers, because we do have an attack that isn't affected by Sheer Force in Stomping Tantrum, but both Liquidation and Ice Punch are affected, and Terra, Water, Life Orb, Sheer Force Liquidations in the rain are going to nuke things. So that's the reason for this. If they want to go rain, we're going to punish them for it, because we'll have something extremely strong. Obviously, even things like Archaludon and Sinscha are going to take it, but not a lot else is. If rain gets set up, even Pelipper is going to struggle to live. So, that's the idea with Feraligatr. Just, again, offensive pressure. Try and don't let them take an inch, because then we can just force them into this offensive game where we've just got so many powerful breakers that they don't get a chance. The last Pokemon, however, is the one that can let them get a chance, but is only coming if rain isn't there, because if rain is there, then Electro Shots become a little bit scary for our Calm Mind Suicune. It's the only Pokemon on our team that isn't designed to offensively break, but I think it's worth having regardless, because, like, if we break down the right Pokemon, then Suicune can just win. Like, it just does Suicune things. Leftovers with the Inner Focus, as per usual. We've got enough. Honestly, the stats were kind of just thrown in The only thing I went for was making sure I could live 2 close combats from a max attack Hariyama. Not Guts Flame Orb, because that's extremely strong, but we've got a Terra Poison to resist that. Also, the Terra Poison lets us be immune to any poison type, or any toxics that they might have. And then I made sure I ran a bit of special attack so that at +3, our Snarls can 2-hit KO a Sinscha that's not specially defensive invested. So, yeah, that's the idea with Suicune here. Oh, we got Skull on top of it, and then Calm Mind and Protect with the leftovers. Running a decent bit of speed. This lets us outspeed a no speed invested Pachirisu just in case. But to be honest, this Suicune's natural stats are just so good that it didn't really need much elsewhere, so once I hit the numbers that I wanted to, I just kind of threw things wherever they felt right. So I've got a little bit of extra special defense just to make sure that the Calm Minds are being even more beneficial, so we don't just have to rely on Calm Minds for special defense. And to be honest, to hit poison types, they don't have a lot. If they bring Headlong Rush on Hariyama, so be it, but we should be able to we'll live 1. And then other than that, it's Runiculus, which if they're Psyshock, so be it, but if they're Psychick and we get output of Calm Minds and we can Snarl it down, then it's not going to be an issue. Snarl is the alternative move to Scald. 1 hits Sinistra, which is great, but also just reduces damage output. So that this doesn't need to be a Calm Mind sweeper if it doesn't have to be. It can just be kind of be damage control. You know, it can Scald Burn things and it can Snarl things if needs be, and can kind of be a bulky Pokemon in the late game just to pick off the last couple things that have been broken down by the rest of the team. So nice to have some bulky Pokemon somewhere, because there's not really a lot of bulk elsewhere. Everything else, like Raikou and Treads both have a bit of bulk, because as soon as I hit the numbers that I wanted to make sure I hit, I was fine. I was just throwing the rest into bulk. But after that, we don't really have a lot else bulky, so making sure I've got something that can kind of come in at the end and chip off the last couple things is going to be the plan with Suicune. And we're not going to bring it into rain, because then Archaludon starts just going for Electro Shots and it's boosting while it's doing damage, and Suicune has to Terra in front of that. So I don't want to bring Suicune into a rain matchup, but if it's not a rain matchup, then Suicune looks really good, because I think they're going to struggle to break it. So, anyways, that's going to be the team we're playing later today. Wish us luck. I'd like not to be going 0-2, but I do feel pretty confident and I think comfortable with this team, because it's pretty straightforward. It's click the attack buttons when needed to, and the few supporting moves that we have click when necessary, such as, Snarl and Roar. So, yeah. Anyway, that's going to do it. I'll see you guys for the match. Alright, let's do this. See if we can defeat a large rat. The fat rat. Oh dear. Let's go. They did bring rain. Okay. So, Suicune's less good. There's not really Trick Room. So, unless they go with Sinistra Trick Room, but that doesn't really make sense. So, I'm gonna go Raikou, Treads, with Enam and Gator in the back, at least for game 1. Yeah, there's no TR stuff, there's no Hariyama, there's no Reuniclus. Right. Okay. So this is just trying to kill me. Yeah. Okay, get rid of that now. Okay. Can't get flinched. +2? Still not killing me. And I can roar it out, get rid of the boosts. I kinda like that. And then just get some damage on this Comfey. Ooh, they go for a Draining Kiss. Interesting. But we get to roar it away and in comes Arch. And it's lefties. So I'm not going to be able to Oko this. I could double it, but it seems risky. I'm gonna go for a Snarl and high horsepower into the Comfey. Lugu Pelipper, okay. Snarl missing there kinda sucks. At this point I like going for the Terra Fight here. Not a kill, but hey, that's a ton of damage. It's Sash. That's just good to know. They do get Tailwind. Now, they can't kill both with this. Tailwind was the one thing I didn't want to happen. But I only would have got it if I doubled the Pelipper. I'd probably protect the Don. Right. I need to stall out this Tailwind. Ideally. I think Gator gets the kill. Like, certainly it does. It's just how much health do I have afterwards. Probably Weather Ball. I need to kill Arch this turn, because otherwise it's going to kill my, my Enam. I live, which is insane. But that doesn't even kill. I should have maybe gone for the rain boosted hit. No, that's it then. The one thing I said I didn't want to happen, and it happened. Okay. So, versus Arch. Yeah, that is AV. Yeah, with them bringing rain, I can't do it. I think I still bring same 4, I just need to not let them get Tailwind. I'm probably not waste my Terror. Like, they know I can roar them, so like I don't think they go for like setup this time. So I'm just going for Snarl and high horsepower. Yeah, like does T-Bolt kill Comfey? 43 if it's not Spadef invested. I think I go for that, and then protect the Don. Nice. You get it. They plot up, but, like, I know it's going to be weakness policy, so. They're bringing Pelipper. Priority number 1, kill this stupid thing. I'm not letting this thing get Tailwind off. Like. Tailwind is what lost me the game. I'm not letting it get it off. Gotta say, I prefer Snarl here. And then is it Knock or is it Knock? It should be Knock the Arc. Ooh, that's a good play. Because they tear it into the weakness policy. Oh, they're not weakness policy. I thought they would be. Aura Sphere will kill that, and then I've got a very strong croc. So we can Aura Sphere here, and then Liquidation here. Nice. The Hurricane for little damage. We know the set now. Okay. As I say, I don't... Unless I lead the thing. But if they're leading Comfey, then that doesn't work, because then they just taunt me, and, you know, that goes out the window. I think it's still the right play, though. I think the 4 right, because especially if they're bringing this Pelipper, then absolutely it's the right play. The only option is maybe to switch it up, because they don't want to bring Rain. But if they're not bringing Rain, that's better for me. And they're leading with the Pelipper. Guess what? I don't care. This Pelipper needs to die. That is, like, object number 1. Oh, but they're Terra Ground, and they're gonna get this Tailwind off. Okay. So, I just need to not do anything. I literally need to sit here and not touch anything. I can't touch this arch. This arch will murk me if I do. I think Tailwind, Hurricane, Weather Ball. I don't know if it's gonna have Terra Blast is my only thing. So I'm gonna Aura Sphere. Yeah, I'm gonna Aura Sphere, and I want to switch now. There's no way you go for, like, anything but a fighting move into that slot, so... We switch back out. I just need this Tailwind gone. We live. We double live. Moltres gets to come in. I will attempt to roar the Arch, but I don't think it's going to work, of course. And then I'm going to protect the Don. Yeah. Tailwind goes. And then what I need to do is go for... But do I go for Terra Water Liquidation? I think I do. No, because I think I'm going to need the Terra Fairy Moonblast to finish this thing off. So we just go for a regular Liquidation, because it's Rain boosted. Because this is 150 power. And this is like 120 something, both getting Sheer Force boosted. But this one is Rain boosted and has Stab. We knock. Because we need that AV gone. Body Press takes us out. Thank God they didn't go for a kill on there. Please don't confuse. Wish it killed. Well, it just comes down to Terra Fairy Specs Dazzling Gleam. Unless they go for Hurricane. Well, unless they go for Fiery Wrath. Fiery Wrath won't kill me. Will Fiery Wrath kill Gator? I don't think so. I don't think Fiery Wrath kills Gator. Please. Yes! Okay. I think I have this. I think. So, Pachirisu goes for Follow Me, Moonblast into that slot. They have to Hurricane Gator, so they don't die. So, I'm faster than No Speed Pachirisu. We Moonblast, that goes down. They Fiery Wrath. Don't flinch. I think we still have it though. With the Moonblast. With the GG! Oh my god! Oh! 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 Oh my god, thank you, Enam. Oh my god, the Terra Fairy came in so clutch. Oh, stupid friggin' Moltres. But we got it. We got a win on the board. Incredibly close win, but a win is still a win. We take those. Oh, GG's Rat. That was a hell of a set. We, I don't think we've had, like, a set that good in a while. I don't think since Season 9, so... But yeah, insane set. GG's to Rat. We're 1-1 now. Let's see if we can keep it up. Our schedule isn't easy, and, you know, the team isn't perfect, but we got there. So, GG's Rat, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.